strange one today. There's some weird stuff happening. Spin you around, I'll show you. What is that? Some kind of blue thing. Don't see it a lot. There's a big orange thing in the sky over there as well. I think it's some kind of star. I think they nickname it the sun. But yeah, so makes a change, guys. So anyway, it is chilly out. I'm going to do a little bit of a onion set and seed video today. A lot of people out there know what it's all about anyway. But I'm going to show you, for the beginners out there that want a little bit of insight into it, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do seed and set and give you the pros and cons, or cons. So let's get into it. Right guys, so onion sets, onion seeds. Everyone's got their preference. I've tried both. My preference is seed. But you've got to remember with seed, you can't just bung them in cold greenhouse and let them do their thing. They need a little bit of warmth just to get them going. So kitchen windowsill, you know, somewhere where it's nice and warm, just to get them up. And if you remember last year, I just left them in the porch last year. No extra heat. They don't really need additional heat mat or propagator, nothing like that. But I just left mine in the porch last year. And as soon as they were up, I brought them out and left them to their own devices in the greenhouse. So anyway, let's get into it. Onion sets. I've got here, it's a pretty common one. This is Stuttgarter. 50 sets in this bag. So with onion sets, there's not many varieties to go at. There's quite a few, but not that many. So you are restricted on quite a lot of things. Really, the variety, the taste, the size, the shape, because sets are pretty much all very similar, and basically they're just miniature onions that have already started to bulb. So with variety, you are limited with the sets. But obviously with seeds, there's hundreds of varieties of seeds you can get. So when it comes to, I mean, I've got two here. I've got Bedfordshire Champion and Vento. I grew the Vento last year and they're absolutely fantastic if you saw the video. So with your seeds, plenty of variety, and obviously you can go then, you can choose what kind of shape you want, what kind of size you want, flavour, all kinds of things. So when it comes to variety, seeds win hands down. So when you're looking at timescales, obviously the onion sets, they're already preformed bulbs, so they've already started growing, so you're going to be harvesting them quicker. Obviously with your seed onions, they're going to take longer because you're growing it from seed. Pretty obvious stuff. I think I harvested my seed onions last year about at the end of July, beginning of August, and the year before I done sets, and I think I harvested those second week of July, so there was 4-week difference I think, so it's a month there. So there is a big difference in time scales, depending on when you start them off obviously, but in the cold you've got to get your onion seeds in early and you've got to start them with a little bit of warmth. So anyway, the differences between them when it comes down to how they're growing and how they actually the conditions affect them over the growing season. Seeds are not prone to bolting as much as sets. I grew sets 2 years ago and I had quite a lot bolt. Bolting is going to seed, shooting flowers up. Once that happens, they're not going to grow anymore. You need to take them out and they're not going to store very well either. So seed onions definitely better when it comes to not bolting and shooting flower heads up. Last year I think I had 2 bolt out of 42 onions, so that's pretty self-explanatory on that one. For storage wise, obviously seed onions are going to store better. I've never managed to store sets very well or for very long. I grew the Vento last year and I pulled them out in end of July and I've still got some in storage, so they really do store better as well. And then on to the last one really is the price. Obviously I paid £2.49 for these Stuttgart. There's 50 sets in there, £2.50. But when you look at the seeds, obviously they're going to be a lot cheaper. The Bevseed Champion, I've got 700 seeds in that packet, and the Vento, I've got 150 seeds in that packet. They are F1, that's why you get less. And I paid less than £1 a packet or £1 a packet for these. And they will last. Onion seeds do keep quite well. So price, seeds again. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sow my onion seeds, and I'm going to sow the seps as well, show you how I do it. It's not complicated. You've probably seen it before. You've probably seen it 50 times this week on YouTube, because everyone's doing it at the minute, as well as their peppers and chilies and things like that. So I'll set you up, we'll get into it, and you can have a look what I'm doing. And obviously at the end of the video, you've got any questions or comments, just bung them in. So we'll get to it. Right guys, welcome back. Hope you can see what I'm doing, because we've got this unusual bright thing in the sky, just casting a little bit of shadow and stuff. So what we've got here is a standard, one of these horrible flimsy 24 cell trays, module trays, and basically what I'm going to do is just fill it with compost. This is bulk standard, just shop bought compost. It's Jack's Magic. I've literally just took it out of the bag and added a small bit of perlite, just to hold on to a little bit of moisture and just aerate it a little bit. Not that it needs it. This is straight out the bag. This is actually really nice stuff. It's not the stuff I normally use, but it's straight out the bag. It's actually quite good. I don't remember it actually being that good. So yeah, Jack's Magic compost. I'm just going to chuck it in, as you do. And you don't need to be too particular with the soil for your sets, because obviously they're not tiny seeds, they're quite big. And you don't bury them anyway, so they've not got to push through the soil. What we're putting them in here for is to get the roots going. You can plant them out straight in the garden when the soil warms up a little bit, but you've got to cover them, because the birds pull them out. They think they're grubs or worms and they pull them out, so you need to protect them a little bit. Right, I'm just going to press this down a touch. Let me grab another tray. That'll do. So I've checked all the onion sets. Make sure you check your sets. Any bulbs, corms, tubers, check them before you plant them, because the last thing you want is a mouldy one in there, a manky one, or it's got disease and it's going to carry across to the others. I'll show you what I mean. I found this one here. Hope you can see. If you can see that, it's got a bit of mould on it, so I'm not going to be using that one. Another example, this one here. See, look at it. It's a little bit squishy. It's still hard in the middle, but it's got a few dents and bits and bobs going on in it, so I'm not going to use that one either. I'm only planting 24. I don't need all these. I'll be giving some of them away. I'm basically doing this just for viewing purposes for you guys, and I will grow these myself so we can do a comparison at the end of the season. So you grab your set. If you've got a long bit on the top, you can just snip it off. Doesn't make a difference. Just looks tidier. And literally just, can you see? Yeah, I think you can. Just push it in the soil, just like that. There's no real big method of doing this. You just pop these in. Just sink them in, and what you're doing is just leaving the tips showing. I don't think that matters either, but that's the way people seem to do it. Yeah, just shove them in. And these really are the easiest things to get going. And putting them here, basically I'm just starting them to get the roots established. Once the roots established, you'll start seeing the green shoots coming out the top. 2 years ago I'd done these in the little the microfiber pots. worked quite well, and I just planted the microfiber pots straight in the ground with the onions in, and they seem to do all right. So I'm quite pleased with these sets. To only have 3 there, that's not very good. They're okay. That's a nice big one. And you can do this with shallots. If you want to grow shallots, you can do the same thing with shallots. As I say, these won't be getting any preferential treatment, they'll be getting no extra heat. They'll be staying in here, and all I'll be doing is popping propagator lid on them, just in case we get a little bit of frost. It seems to have worked with my ranunculus in here. They haven't caught the frost or nothing, and it's got down to 7.9 it's saying. I thought it said 8 a couple of weeks ago, but anyway, -8, we'll go for -8. So that's got cold. There's another big one there. So it's the last one, and there we have it. It really is as simple as that to get them started. Just leave the top showing. And I'll give them a bottom water, pop the lid on, and chuck them on the stage. That's it. So that's your sets, guys. That's all you need to do. Pop them in, leave the top showing, give them a bit of bottom water, don't let them dry out, don't let them be too soggy. And in a week or two, well, a couple of weeks I should think, so have some nice green shoots coming out. So that's the sets, guys. On to the seeds. Even though this compost is really quite good, the seeds, you want to seed compost, a seed starting compost, or mix, or use your potting mix that I've just used from the sets and sieve it. Do the same job, but the seeds need to have finer soil. As you can see in there, there are some bits, not a lot, and these will break down quite easily, but yeah, sieve your compost for your seeds. Right, we're ready to go. Have a slap. Beautiful. Seeds. So these are going in the Super 7 trays. I will not be putting them in the propagator though, the heated propagator. I'm just going to put these on the windowsill. They don't need a heat mat, they don't need a heated propagator to get them going, but they need to be somewhere that's got a nice temperature. So sieved compost. And as I say, if you buy seed mix, that's fine, you don't need to sieve it, because that's the purpose of it. But this is potting mix, so there are bits in it, and obviously I don't want bits in it for tiny seeds. So I'm just bunging that in there, pat it down a little bit. I've just thought of something. I want to give this a little water, but I think my water thing's broke. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's not very good. Tiny bit of water just so the seeds are in contact with moisture. We'll go in with the Vento. I normally use my little pot for this, but you can actually see these seeds, and the fact that I'm broadcasting them anyway doesn't really matter. I don't need many, and I'm just going to broadcast, so these on the top. I don't know, there's probably 20 or 30 there. I'm not going to need all these, but that'll do. I'm sure there's people out there. I'll be happy to get them. Right, normally I'd cover them with vermiculite. Went to the garden centre this morning, brought the compost and the onion sets. Forgot the vermiculite, so we'll just put some sieved compost over the top. Again, you don't need a lot of this, you just need to cover them. just lightly. That's more than enough. And again, I'm just going to tamp down very gently. Give them another drink. And I'll pop these in the house on the kitchen windowsill, I think. Don't forget to label. Vento. Bosch. Job's a good one. That's one. Pop that out of the way. We ain't even started the season and I'm running out of space in here already. Right, let's do this one. Exactly the same. Little pat down. Little drink. And this one will be Bedfordshire Champion. Never grown these before. So we'll have a go. There's a few there. You don't need to be particular with these because these are going to be pricked out anyway. Once they're up and going, I'll be pricking them out and popping them into probably 7cm pots. It's nice to have a bit of sun. Not be out here perishing. So again, just light sieving over the top. Bedfordshire Champion. Or Bedford Champ for short. There we go. So there you go, guys. That's how I do my seeds. Well, my onions. Anyway. So, that's the onions in, guys. I need to get my peppers going. I'm getting a bit late for my peppers now, to be honest. I need to get them in. I might pop them in today. I won't bore you with it. It's pretty much the same process as the onion seeds. They just go a tiny bit deeper and they do need warmth. They will need, sorry, the sun's right in my eyes. I can't complain really. They do need some bottom heat, and when they're up they're going to need lights as well. So I might do them today, but again I won't bore you with it. If I do them, you'll get to see them next week. So that's the onions. I hope you've found something out of it. Any questions, bung them in the comments, give us a thumbs up, all that stuff, or a thumbs down if you think it was appalling and rubbish, because people do. So if you want to see my harvest last year from seed, I'll pop a video up there, and if you want to see my harvest from 2023 from sets, I'll pop a video up there. So have a look at those, and you never know, you might get something out of them. And I hope the weather stays like this, and I will hopefully see you next week. See you later, guys.